Hi. Welcome back to Tati's Update, as we call it here. So I've been talking to Tati, or texting her, and, whoops. A little, yeah. And, here's the mustache. So Tati and I have been texting back and forth, and I just got a text from her saying that she's doing extremely well. And, that's good news from me. Because yesterday I was a nervous wreck. And Tati did watch the video yesterday because it went up yesterday, and she said, why were you a nervous wreck? You were fine." As I explained in the video right up there here, it it's not because you can tell by my rings under my eyes. I didn't get some sleep at all. I did not get enough sleep. And the reason being is because I woke up at 6:50 in the morning. Yeah, but for those who didn't watch the video, I'm pointing two different directions. For those who didn't watch the video up there, um, uh, it'll be in the eye right up there. So right up there. Um, it took me 5 minutes to get dressed, and we went to. For those who want to know where I live in Skokie, Illinois, and I'm not gonna give my address or where I work. That's off limits. So that's one thing you're not gonna know where I live, except the house where I actually stay. That is a given because because I am a vlogger. I want to show you my life with Tati and our love life, and that's same with Tim and Jen from the Tim Tracker. So we're doing this kind of same thing that that was inspired by them, and we want to be gracious enough not to expose our addresses unless we want you to send things. So there you are, but we're not doing that. So I do live in Skokie, Illinois. The operation was at the Skokie North Shore Hospital on the second floor in the secretarial. I'm gonna say this wrong, but secretarial floor. I'm not watching. I have a speech problem, so excuse me. It's at the surgical floor, second floor, and Tati, who was amazing because I was a nervous wreck. Yeah. I was a nervous wreck. Yeah. But she was amazing. Usually she's not that strong. I know that from experience because um, we've been together for 8 months, 7 to 8 months now, and she is my rock and she's my shining star. And that day, she proved to me that she was strong. Even though she was terrified, she was very scared of the operation. She showed a very tough side that I give her. And she's probably watching right now saying, "That's not true." Yeah, it is. It is. It is true. So here's what's going on right now. She's at home, resting, probably icing her left eye, probably icing her eye. It's her left eye, by the way, and icing it. But she's doing well. Um, One thing I want to point out: you guys are not leaving or commenting on our videos, even though we ask to leave comments. And I keep mentioning that every single time. Please, please leave comments. And I'm trying to, as a good vlogger, vlog on our videos. And I'm not using like the very advanced vlogging or editing system. I have iMovie because I'm using an Apple Mac Pro. And I'm not, because I have a job, I'm not the most consistent vlogger, but I want to try. And I want to do it because that's my hobby. Besides the job I have at a hotel. But I'm trying. I have tried and I'm trying and I'm doing it now because of what was going on yesterday and the day before. For the past few months, I was trying to hang out with Tati. I went private things. That's something I don't want to show. That and yesterday wasn't really much of a like show you YouTube you guys really thing because it's more private and yesterday and towards and because during the day, like from 7:50 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, was more of a private thing and more personal, as I stated in the video right out there. It's more of a private thing and it's more personal to me because Tati is my girlfriend and she is my loved one. And as I was there, it has been and was a very emotional experience. Though she pulled through, it was, and it still is a very emotional thing. And I can't, it's like, so it is very emotional. To be in a hospital, in a waiting room, if you're a patient or a guest, family member, whatever. And I'm telling you this because my mother, my mother and my grandmother both died in hospitals. And my grandfather died on the way to a hospital. And I myself had been to hospitals since I was a baby. And now that I'm a seizure patient, I have been to multiple hospitals. So it's not fun. And I have trauma. And not very good experiences with hospitals. As be 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 sympathetic with me, please. So that is why yesterday was not really a good time to vlog until that time toward the end of the day when I finally showed up my face and explained what was going on during the day yesterday. And now she's doing better. She's at home resting, sleeping because she's still drowsy. Because let me just do a little summary. She woke up, she woke up, got dressed. She picked me up, went to the hospital. They prepped her, got her ready. And she got on the operating room. Got into the operating room. We waited. Mom, her dad, me, her mom, me. Right? Let me remember. Her mom, myself, and her dad waited in the waiting room, and then her mom and her dad went to the cafeteria when I waited. And during this time, I was the most anxious person there. And let me repeat what I said in the other video. I am a very anxious person when I am in the waiting room of the hospital. I don't like it. It's not good for me. But I did it because upon request from Tati. And I did it for her. I was her support. Though she had her parents with her, she needed me as well. She didn't have her older sister or her brother with her because both were working. One's working and the other one was at school. Hmm. And I was the only one that came to give her support. And you might be saying right now, that's not good. Okay, one's in school, the other one's working. There's your explanation. Okay? And I came to help her. And let me give you a little summary of what's going on. While she was being prepped for the surgery, they had to put an IV. You know how it is with those. And yes, you're thinking to yourself and typing, I hate needles. Myself, do not like needles, but I have raised myself for years, and I have gotten used to the pinch of needles. But she has not, and during that time while they were trying to get the needle, she was holding her hand, just shaking, and yes, uh, I rubbed her back, giving her comforting words like "Don't look at me, like it's okay, breathe." And she was grabbing my hand, and squeezing it to the point where it was like she was crushing it. But it was, yes, she was about to crush it. That I understood why. She was like this, and crushing my hand. Not crushing it, but squeezing it to a point where it was about to be crushed. But I understood where she was coming from because I was in her similar position because I don't like needles. I didn't like to deal with the IV that I had to because one day when I had seizures, I had to stay overnight, and I had to have the IV, and I knew where she was coming from. And I sympathized with her. And I was there to support her. I rubbed her back, and when she came from the surgery and was in the recovery room, I sat next to her holding her hand, and I was there. You know, she was loopy, but she was conscious, and she could speak. You know, that's why hospitals are not very good to me. But though, now, let me restate that. Hospitals are good places for those who need to be uh, looked at if you're sick. Really, really sick. Like if you have a very bad illness or you've broken something or you need to stay overnight or a few days if you really are sick or broken something. There are great places. What I'm saying is if I am in the receiving end of being a person that is visiting a loved one who is sick, the guest and the visitor, the visiting end of it. I don't like being the visitor and watching the one in the bed, the patient suffering. And she was suffering from pain and begging for it to end. And not in the sense of dying, but for it to end so she can go back to now. That what I mean is she was begging for it to end and taking medication for it to stop and just go home and rest so she can go back to school and go back to hanging out with me. That made me feel upset because she does not like pain, she hates pain, and that is what I say about hospitals. And when the nurse, and I didn't put this in the other video. I will finish. I didn't. Let me add some things that I did not explain in the other video right there. The other video that I did not explain. So the nurse came in to collect her belongings. So when you go into surgery, you can then a smock, like the patient smock, and because she has long hair, they give in the little hat. And while she's waiting in the waiting room with the eye patch on this eye and, laying back there with the anesthesia still in her body because she went through general anesthesia, she's like, dozing off like, yeah. Uh, she can still speak, but she has a difficult time speaking. Um, and this is not in the other video that I made yesterday, so let me add this. She's holding my hand. I'm sitting quite close to the bed, in a chair, of course, because I was standing next to the bed, holding her, rubbing her back, still trying to make her, loving her back, making her feel comfortable. So you recorrect my speech, you can understand. That's why I repeated myself. So. And I'm rubbing her back, making her feel comfortable. And the nurse, she had a nurse that came into the room and that was giving her extra strength Tylenol. It's not like that. This surgery did not require morphine, strong, strong pain medication. This extra strength Tylenol, that that kind of pain killer. And she's given the Tylenol, and the nurse asked, which I thought was a little abstract of an answer. Which I'm about to laugh at this answer, but I also thought it was a little heart sinking. But I thought it was a little funny just to cheer me up because the dad throughout the whole trip through the hospital was making me laugh, trying to make me feel better because he knows I don't like being in hospital, so he's trying to make me feel better, and make me feel better. And there was a guest. I think I told you the whole story about this husband with the wife, in the hospital with the hip replacement. If you want to listen to that story, check the video out. But besides that guy, the dad was making jokes, and even before the surgery, during the preparation, the dad was taking pictures and taking pictures and cracking jokes and making fun of Tati, which he does all the time, and which he often does. And Tati hates when he does that. And this was kind of funny when she's recovering, and the nurse says, "How pain? What's your pain tolerance? What's from 1 to 10? How much is your pain?" And Tati says, "A 7." And the dad says, "That's not bad." I said, that's a little upset to the answer. I don't need to laugh, but that was funny because Tati, I looked at the dad and he starts to laugh. That he starts to giggle or some kind of snicker get out of his mouth because it's funny because Tati has these funny ways of making answers. We know that, and she knows I'm talking because she's gonna watch this and she's gonna start rolling her eyes when I say this. But I forgive me, babe, for saying this. But you are what? Forgive me for saying this, but you have the best answers for making us laugh. Long story short, I know this is gonna be a longer video than the other one because the other one went to 20 minutes. I think this is going to be a little bit of a longer one, but this is good. Because she had Ptois, Ptois. I'm gonna spell this wrong. P again because I did it again. Same thing with the other video. Ptois. There you are. But it's a drooping eyelid. It was on the left side, and it was. They asked her before they went to operate on her, "What are you gonna have? What's the operation?" And I didn't say anything because she's 20 years old and she's a woman. She can do whatever she wants, and she has to. She is obligated to do what she needed to do for her eyes. And she had the right. During the surgery, she was scared, and that's why I needed to be there. And she's a tough, and she's very, very good, and she did well. You think after the fact that we were driving, I didn't tell this part. So we're driving home and dropping me off, and after she was in the wheelchair and they brought her into the car, the front seat because she needs room to uh, uh, relax. And they dropped me off because I've been there for 6 hours. That's a long time for me to be with her. She'd barely saw me until right at the beginning and then at the end. But at the end of the trip, they dropped me off and they reached my house and Tati turned to me. She said, "Do you want me to get out?" Because at the end of every hangout, we kiss goodbye, and Tati wanted to get out, and no, I denied that nicely. And I said, "No, I will go around and kiss you," because she has a bandage around her head, and she can barely see out of this one, and this one's completely bandaged and closed. This one's like this, and this one's closed, and this one like with the bandage and sewed up and everything, and this one is like very very visible because it has a bandage all around the head that goes around here, and this one's she's like barely able to see out of this one, and this one is like closed. I actually have a picture of the egg here, right about here. Sorry, here, right about here. Here we are. I'm sorry. I'm editing these videos now, so whenever it pops up, it'll pop up somewhere on the screen somewhere. So this is a one take vlog. So whenever it pops up somewhere. So if it pops up here, it pops up here. So, but you see what I'm talking about? It's a decent enough picture to show you that her bandages. Um, she's bandaged up. She's bandaged. She's bandaged up. Bandaged up. Yeah. She's bandaged. She's bandaged up good. She's wrapped up good. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. Yeah. Bleh. Nice speech. But she's wrapped up good, bandaged up well enough. But she's doing good. Another thing. Monday, we are going to remove the bandage, and you're going to see the new eyelid. And I'm going to see it for myself as well, because I'm very, very excited. A little anxious, because before they operated, this is what she looked like before. Before. This is what she looked like before. She looked like before. And now she looks like this. Like this. And you guys are gonna see us going to the hospital and excuse me, and you're gonna see her get the bandage off her, and you're gonna see the new, not new, but the fixed eyelid that they recommended the parents to. I'm not gonna say new because her face is perfect, perfect the way that it is. And I told this to the dad because we're not doing facial surgery, plastic surgery. We're trying to fix a medical condition. And that's the whole thing about this whole explanation. He's a plastic surgeon, the doctor. I can't remember the doctor's name. But he's a plastic surgeon. But he's an eye doctor, really. Not a plastic surgeon. Where did I get that idea? Oh, yeah. The dad were talking about, the dad and me, her dad, Tati's dad and I were talking about plastic surgeons. That's where this whole thing of plastic surgeons got into my head. Duh. But, he's an eye doctor. He did a magnificent job. He came out and talked to me. He was very nice to me. and the whole time he was talking to her, um, and to her parents, he did a wonderful job. So I commend the staff at the hospital. I commend the doctor that she was with. I commend everyone who was working on her, and I look at a word of applause. But yeah, it was tough on me, but I now better. I have a. I'm happy. I'm gonna be a little down, up and down, but tomorrow I'll be better. And I'm gonna belong tomorrow or Sunday, but Monday I'll be better. Going to see her tomorrow as well. I'm gonna stay over. I'm gonna uh probably not gonna go to the hospital. But I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna have the dad give me a little video. Just I'm gonna ask the dad to videotape just the review of the bandage so I can see it, and I'm gonna put it on the here so you can see it. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. It's 10:26 right now. It's let me repeat that so I talk slow. It's 10:26 right now. Uh, I'm going to watch YouTube, talk to Tati. So tell her that she said hi. She always says hi, by the way. She says hi to you all. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, or actually, I'm gonna see you guys Monday. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see you guys Monday. Vlog at her house, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, watching. If you watch, uh, thanks so much. See you guys Monday. Bye.